Welcome. I am Advocate Bhagyashree Bhosle. In today's lecture, we shall see the provision of a International Bill of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of a Human Right is an ideal standard held in common by the nations around the world, but it bears no force of a law. Thus, from 1948 to 1966, the United Nations Human Rights Commission's main task was to create a body of international human rights law based on the declaration and to establish the mechanism needed to enforce its implementation and use. The Human Rights Commission produced two major documents: the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, we can say ICCPR, International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, and another important document created by the Human Rights Commission is the International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Right. We can say ICESCR, the International Covenant on the Economic, Social and Cultural Right. Both become the international law in the 1976. Together with the Universal Declaration of a Human Right, these two covenants comprise what is known as the International Bill of a Human Right. The ICCPR focus on the issues such as the right to life, freedom of a speech, religion and voting. And ICESCR focus on a food, education, health and shelter. Both the covenants proclaim these rights for all people and forbid the discrimination. Among these, ICCPR, International Convention on a Civil and Political Right, focuses on the issues such as right to life, freedom, and etc. The United Nations and International Covenant on a Civil and Political Right attempt to ensure the protection of a civil and political rights. It was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly on December 1966 and it came into force on a March 23, 1976. The International Covenant on a Economic, Social and Cultural Right, the Universal Declaration of a Human Right and the International Convention on a Civil and Political Right and its two optional protocols are collectively known as the International Bill of Rights. Purpose: the ICCPR, International Convention on a Civil and Political Right, recognize the inherent dignity of each individual and undertake to promote the condition within a state to allow the enjoyment of a civil and political right. Countries that have ratified the covenant are obliged to protect and preserve the basic human right, to take administrative, judicial and legislative measures in order to protect the right enshrined in the treaty and to provide an effective remedy. There are currently 74 signatories and 168 parties to International Convention on a Civil and Political Right. We can say ICCPR in a short. So let's we see the content of a ICCPR. Article 2 and 3 are based on the notion of a non-discrimination. Article 2 of this ICCPR ensure that rights recognized in ICCPR will be respected and be available to everyone within the territory of those states who have ratified the covenant. Article 3 ensure the equal right of both men and women to the enjoyment of all civil and political rights set out in a ICCPR. The right protected under the ICCPR include right to life as per Article 6, Article 7 freedom from torture, Article 8 right to not be enslaved, Article 9 right to liberty and security of a person, Article 10 state that the right to detainees, right of a detainees, Article 11 right to not to be imprisoned merely on a ground of inability to fulfill a contractual obligation. Article 12 states that freedom of a movement and a choice of a resident for the lawful residence. Article 13 states that the rights of aliens. Article 14, equality before the court and tribunal, right to fair trials. Article 15, no one can be guilty of an act of a criminal offense which did not constitute a criminal offense. Article 16 state that right to recognition as a person before the law. Article 17 state that the freedom from the arbitrary or unlawful interference. Article 18 of the said Convention state that the right to freedom of a thought, conscience and religion. Article 19 state the provision regarding right to hold the opinions without interference of any other person. Article 20 state that propagation for a war shall be prohibited by the law. Article 21 state the right to peaceful assembly. Article 22 of ICCPR state the right to freedom of association with other person. Right to marry is stated in Article 23 of the ICCPR. In Article 24, rights of children are stated. As per Article 25, right to the political participation is given. As per the Article 26, equality before law and equality of law. Equality before law and equal protection of the law. And as per the Article 27, minority protection is given. In this way, there are certain rights, but these rights are categorized as a civil and political right of each and every human being. All the state parties are under obligation to comply all the provision of this international convention. We shall see the limitation of this convention. Article 4 of ICCPR allows for a certain circumstances for the state parties to derogate from their responsibilities under this covenant, such as during a time of a public emergency. Let's see the enforcement of ICCPR. Article 2 subclause 2 of ICCPR provide that state parties are to take a necessary step to adopt such a laws or other measure as may be necessary to give effect to the right recognized in a present covenant. Countries that have ratified the ICCPR must take a step in their own jurisdiction to recognize the acceptance of this international covenant. Because in the international law, a signatory does not usually bind a state. The treaty is usually subject to future ratification, acceptance, approval or accession. In Canada, the accession process involves a series of reviews and consultation by the federal government and followed by the tabling of the treaty in a parliament. In addition to the state party formally adopting and recognizing the ICCPR in the jurisdiction. Article 28 of the ICCPR provides that for a human right commission to be established for monitoring the state parties implementation of the covenant. State parties are required to submit a report to the committee for a review on a measure used to adopt and give effect to the right enshrined in a. Then let's we see the another important convention regarding the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Right. We can say ICESCR, International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Right. The International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Right together with the Universal Declaration of a Human Right and International Convention of on a Civil and Political Right make the international bills of a human right. In accordance with the Universal Declaration, the Covenant recognized that the ideal of a free human being enjoying a civil and political freedom and freedom from fear and want can be achieved only if the conditions are created whereby everyone may enjoy his civil and political rights, political freedom and freedom from fear, etc. are created whereby everyone may enjoy his civil and political right as well as his economic, social and cultural right. As per the Article 1st of IC, International Convention of Economic, Social and Cultural Right, all people have a right to self-determination, including right to determine their political status, freely pursue their economic, social and cultural development. Articles 2 state that each state party undertake to take a step to the maximum of its available resources to achieve progressively the full realization of the rights in this treaty. Everyone is entitled to same right without the discrimination of any kind. As per Article 3, the state undertake to ensure the equal right of a man and a woman to the enjoyment of all right in this treaty. Article 4 states that limitation may be placed on these rights only if compatible with the nature of these rights and solely for the purpose of promoting the general welfare in a democratic society. Article 5 of this convention states that no person, group or government has a right to destroy any of these rights. As per Article 6, everyone has a right to work, including right to gain one's living at a work that is freely chosen and accepted. Article 7 states that everyone has a right to just condition of a work, fair wages, ensuring a decent living for himself and his family, equal pay for equal work, safe and healthy working condition, equal opportunity for everyone to be promoted, rest and leisure. As per Article 8, everyone has a right to form and join the trade union, the right to strike, etc. As per Article 9, everyone has a right to social security, including a social insurance. Article 10 states that protection and assistance should be accorded to the family. Marriage must be entered into with the free consent of both parties or both spouses. Special protection should be provided to the mothers. Special measures should be taken on behalf of our children without discrimination. Children and youth should be protected from economic exploitation. Their employment in a danger or a harmful work should be prohibited. There should be age limit below which child labor should be prohibited. Then we see the Article 11. Everyone has the right to an adequate standard of living for himself and his family, including adequate food, clothing, housing, etc. Everyone has a right to be free from hunger. Article 12 states that everyone has a right to the enjoyment of a highest attainable standard of a physical and mental health. Article 13 states that everyone has the right to education. Primary education should be compulsory and free to all. Article 14 states that those states where compulsory and free primary education is not available to all should work out a plan to provide such a education. Article 15 of this International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights state that everyone has a right to take a part in a cultural life, enjoy the benefit of a scientific progress. So in this way, Universal Declaration of a Human Right, the International Convention on a Civil and Political Right, and International Convention on a Economic, Social and Cultural Right. All these three documents or all these convention and declaration comprise the International Bill of a Human Right. So in a civil and political convention, they protect the civil and political right of each and every human being. In the same way, in the convention relating to the economic, social and cultural right, these convention protect and ensure the right of each and every human being regarding the economic, social and cultural right. Thank you.